What's up, everybody? Jean Charmijo here. I hope everybody's doing good and well and stuff. I got an album review to do for you, and I'm going to show it to you right now. This is the new album from the band Kthoniik Cerviiks, entitled Æquiizoiikum. This is released on Iron Bonehead Productions. Now, if you're not too familiar with this band, they are based out of Dortmund, Germany. And the best way to describe the sound of this band would be a very traditional, dark, futuristic hybrid of both black metal and death metal. Yeah. What would happen if you took elements from bands such as Titan Blood and Voivod and put them in a blender? What would the results be? I feel those results would be Kthoniik Cerviiks. For the last several years, this band has been putting out some incredibly consistent material, overall being completely different from the pack when it comes to their presentation and their style of music. From their 2014 debut demo, Heptadrone, to their 2015 debut studio full-length with Serological Scars, Vortex of Dementia. Unbelievable stuff. Very technical, fluid riffs, really awesome vocals, amazing solos, very spastic drum work, just a very complex and technical sort of package. And really, I don't really see or hear too many bands that sound like Kthoniik Cerviiks. They're completely an original band in their own sort of right, with the obvious influences represented on their shoulders. Just a really, really awesome band. And of course, this band rules live too. I got to see them play at Destroying Texas Fest many years ago, and they were a sight to watch. They were one of my most anticipated bands to watch and see live, and they did not disappoint. They were really, really good. The last time we had heard something from Kthoniik Cerviiks was back in 2017 with the split with the band Howls of Ebb. Of course, the Howls of Ebb side of the split was really good, but with the stuff Kthoniik Cerviiks had, it gave you a glimpse of what was going to be coming next from this band, what kind of ideas and directions this band was going to take for a future release. And now here we are with the second Kthoniik Cerviiks album entitled Æquiizoiikum. I'm probably saying that name wrong, so I apologize for that. It's 8 tracks, and it clocks in at around 41 minutes in length, and pretty much this album picks up right up where Serological Scars left off. But I honestly think that not only is Æquiizoiikum a far better album than Serological Scars, I definitely feel like this is where Kthoniik Cerviiks put down their thumbprint as absolute giants and titans of extreme metal with this album. I mean, this is an album that I've been listening to a lot. And the more I listen to it, the more I fall in love with it, the more new things I begin to find listening to every single track. It's just an incredibly mesmerizing listening experience. And I would definitely put an album like this very, very high on the top of the 2020 list for me. This is an insane record, and the fact that these guys can play the kind of music that they do and execute things the way that they do is just awe-inspiring. Musically, it's just what you would expect out of Kthoniik Cerviiks, but hyped up even more now than ever before. The guitar riffs just sound so immaculate. I love the way every riff sounds. I love the solos. I love the just the way everything is. Like on the track Odyssey 3000, I think the musicianship on that opening song is just really, really insane. Recite the Critical Mass, absolutely phenomenal song. I love the way the guitar riffs are being executed on that track. Paradog's Son, Demogorgon, unbelievable guitar playing going on with those songs. I love the guitar riffs. I love the execution. I just love how effortless it seems these guitar riffs are, especially when it comes to the more technical soloing sort of parts that appear on this album. It's just really, really beautiful stuff to listen to. The bass work on here is very good too. Very clear, very audible, very well produced. I should also say that this is a very well produced, well mixed album. You hear every instrument sounds so good, sounds so clean, sounds so well established. It really makes you appreciate what Kthoniik Cerviiks are doing with an album like this. When it comes to the drumming, that's another thing that makes Kthoniik Cerviiks really pop and stand out, is the drum performance. A lot of blast beats, a lot of fills, a lot of energy and creativity. Everything is very well paced and well balanced. The shorter songs, the lengthy songs, going back to songs like the title track and Recite the Critical Mass, and the two-part track that appears on this album, Collecting Coffin Nails and Bloodless Epiphany. Just some really, really top-notch drumming going on here. I love the way the snare sounds. I love the way the fills are. I just love how creative this drum performance is. It very much has that death and black metal sort of mentality going for it. But I really appreciate what a drum performance appears on this album. It's just really awesome. And when it comes to the vocals, I love the vocal work on here too. Very much understandable and very well articulated, but delivered in that sort of very hoarse, coarse sort of manner. Very well delivered vocals, awesome lyrical content, and that's another thing that's really special about Kthoniik Cerviiks is the lyrical content. You get dove into these really crazy futuristic sorts of stories going on here. From the minute you hear the intro of this album to the very beginning moments of Odyssey 3000, you just hear this vocalist tell you the stories that are being woven through each single track, and it gets all the more engrossing as time goes on. This is a very, very awesome album in terms of the storytelling, in terms of the lyrics, in terms of the vocals. It's just a very well-established sort of vocal performance going on here, and that's something that always also stands out when it comes to Kthoniik Cerviiks is the vocal delivery. So overall, I need a drink of water after this, because this is an absolutely fantastic album to listen to. Masterpiece on all ends. If you are a fan of what Kthoniik Cerviiks has put out in the past, previously, you're going to absolutely love Æquiizoiikum that much more. I definitely consider this album of the year status, right up there with some of the best of 2020. Fantastic futuristic black death metal, as only this band knows how to do it. Kthoniik Cerviiks are genuinely one of a kind, and I definitely think they knocked it out of the ballpark with this one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave you some links in the description box as to how you can get a hold of this album and listen to it. I will leave you a link to the Iron Bonehead Productions Bandcamp page, where you can listen to this album in its entirety, hear it for yourself, and be your own judge as to whether you think it's worthy of being purchased or not. You can stream it by digitally, and is available physically as a CD and 12-inch vinyl. Of course, in my hands is the CD version. Very nicely done, as per usual, with Iron Bonehead releases. If you want to look for it in North America, you can definitely look out for Dark Descent or Nuclear War Now. I think either or the other will stock the CD and vinyls at some point. But yeah, buy this album any which way you can. Again, the album is Æquiizoiikum by Kthoniik Cerviiks. This is released on Iron Bonehead Productions. This is mandatory purchasing. And for a score, I'm going to give this the highest score I can possibly give, and that is a perfect 10 out of 10. Another fantastic, perfect album from 2020 in the form of futuristic black death from Kthoniik Cerviiks. So if you guys happen to have heard this album, definitely let me know what you think about it, how you feel about it, and how you think it compares to previous releases. Or any of you guys into Kthoniik Cerviiks, definitely let me know. I'm going to conclude this review. Thanks a lot for watching. Thanks for checking out my channel. And until the next time, Army Hell out.